name is Yasamingava. I'm an artist and I'm participating in the Riverside exhibition. I was fortunate enough that my parents encouraged creativity. They got me lots of paints and things that I could play around with. And so since I was young, I've always been painting and drawing. This turned into more of a focus when I went to art school when I was younger, and then more recently actually, since the pandemic, I've been doing it more professionally, which has been very exciting. It's always an expression of self. It is very reflected on how I feel, what I'm going through. So for other people, I guess, that are viewing it, it's a little window into me and my character. And then for me personally, it's a great way for me to express a lot of things that I'm feeling and maybe either I don't feel comfortable talking about with people, or maybe it's just something that even I don't know how to put into words, as you can see in this moment. And so it's a great way to sort of let go. And for me, as somebody is quite calculated and quite practical, I think in other forms of my daily life, it's a nice moment to just let instincts and everything go.
Parker. I live in London. I have lived in London since I was tiny. I was born in Ireland but grew up in Twickenham, which is on the river, this great river Thames, which has always been a fantastic source of inspiration to me when I was a child growing up, cycling along the Thames, and I'm still doing it, painting as I go. I find it fascinating. It's a powerful natural force, and it, as a body of water, the Thames, it's a link between the land and the sky, the heavens, and somehow painting it becomes more of a collective thing that can resonate with other people, and the whole subject of time can resonate through the paintings as well.
I'm Rena Jones. I didn't come from London. We are located in Bishop's Stortford, just outside London. And I just didn't paint for a long time until I have children. And we moved to Germany because of my husband's work. And I was a housewife, so I started to do my painting again. When you're painting, you just didn't think anything. You only focus on whatever you're going to paint, and it's kind of like a therapy and making you feel very relaxed, and just I just enjoy it so much. The art is for me, it's just nothing to compare. And also the opportunity for me too, that's somehow that I get my painting into the exhibitions, which is I never did before. So I always just painting just for myself. I got about 100 of painting at home, and I never show anywhere. And this is really lovely for me to do first time. Yes, and also in London, which is the iconic city in the world. I'm very happy.
This is my painting, and I really enjoyed doing this. I spent probably about a total of 3 hours out on the riverside. Loads of tourists around going to the London Eye, and then I finished it off at home. I used some inks when I got home just to sort of highlight some of the colours, particularly the yellows and the reds. And I chose this composition because I like a narrative to my painting. So I call this Rising Above Politics because that's, as I say, I like to have a narrative to my painting. So I like the idea of giving you a sense of the wheel going round and you're rising above the hullabaloo and all the activity and the noisiness of politics going on across the road. So let's see how people like this painting. Hopefully they will.
So I'm a professional and I normally work in graphite, but I never ever draw and paint. This has actually got paint on it. This is watercolour paint and graphite at night. And I never ever do plein air. This is my first plein air. So I was really delighted to be selected. I've just come out of a lecture hall down the road because I normally draw politics and society. You know, I'm normally in there listening to them talking, so I know how turbulent it is. So yes, it's a kind of moody, turbulent drawing, it's true, possibly because I was looking at the house where they're usually irritating me morning, noon and night as they argue. In fact, I've just left a lecture hall where some politicians were disagreeing and then I came here, so that's what I tend to do most of the time.